Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Saturday to you. Hope you're having a great weekend. And I'm just going to get my desktop all set up here and we will get into it. I think we're good there. Let's see. Is YouTube saying that we're live? Let's take a look here. They'll probably pop over the email here in a sec. So welcome everybody. Before we get started, let's go ahead and send some love out to the world. YouTube does say we're live. So if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching live or on replay, we can all join together and send unconditional love energy out to the world. It's the most powerful energy in this realm. One person sending out love to the world, unconditional love, can actually counteract a million people having lower vibrational energies. So never underestimate your ability to make an impact on the world and on the collective as well. So we'll start off taking a big deep breath. You could do it through your nose or mouth, whatever feels most comfortable. Hold it for as long as you'd like, and then release it through your nose or mouth, whatever you feel comfortable with. So let's take a big deep breath together. Beautiful. And we'll use the singing bowl. Each time I'll hit it like 3 times. Just imagine a giant waterfall of love energy coming down, filling up your own heart, your mind, your body, your life, and then flowing out to the world. So let us begin. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Just put her back here on her little throne. So good to see everybody. Hope you're doing well. And if you're new to this channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. We got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. And how the free readings work, I do move down in order. First come, first serve down the chat. There's no special list. The chat is it. And then if you don't want to put your business out there, you don't have to put it there. You can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you're looking for. We'll pull cards for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings. I dive deeper. Free readings, usually 1 card, maybe 2, but I dive deeper into those as well as prioritize those. And you can make a donation by using the super chat at the bottom, or in the description box of the video, I have my Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, and Square, and whatever you're able to donate is perfect. I don't look at dollar amounts or have a set dollar amount because I know everyone's finances do vary from person to person, country to country, day to day even. So whatever you give is perfect. Before I jump into that, tomorrow, can you believe it's the end of August? Today's August 31st. Tomorrow, September 1st. Normally, I the first Saturday of the month, I give away 10 of my free, excuse me, Zen Cricket YouTube channel memberships that on the first of the month YouTube gives me to give away. And I usually split them out 5 in the morning and 5 at night. But since tomorrow is the first, I'm going to give all 10 away Sunday morning. So to be able to make sure, if you're interested in that, here is a link to a video on how you can make sure your little setting is set to where you're like, yeah, I'll accept free memberships. You just have to have that set to be included in the drawing. I click a little button, Spirit and YouTube choose which individual winners there are. So look into that if you haven't done that. If you're interested, when I get back, I've been fighting the plague this month, and I'm getting back to I'll probably next month start back into doing some regular picket cards, and we will. Sorry, I just saw something move out of the corner of my eye. Spirit is here. Woo! But you'll get advanced access to those because I normally record them a week or two in advance, so you get advanced access. But also on Wednesday nights, you get access to a special session for my YouTube members where we do free readings for a couple hours. And if you're interested in that, regardless if you win, it's just $2.99 a month for my Zen Cricket. And then my praying mantis level is $7.99 a month, which gives you access to that, all that the Zen Cricket does. Plus Thursday nights you get a special session, and then on Saturday nights we have, after I finish my free sessions, I have an hour with my praying mantis members, and on Sundays afternoons we do too. So if you're interested in any of that, all that is in the description box below, as well as any of the other things that I offer. Yeah, so that's it. So let's get into it. I'm going to use, for donation readings, I'm going to use these craft cards. They're standard tarot. And then once I get into free readings, I'm going to use my double-decker Light Sears tarot. I actually have two of those decks. Well, almost one card short, one because one bent, and someone gifted me one out of the blue. So I combined them all together in one huge honkin' deck. So we'll get into that. Right, I do have one donation here. Hey, Maria. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So via the PayPal, thank you so much for your donation. And we will look into the days of your lives here. You're so funny. All right, so let's give these a shuffle. So appreciate it. Grateful for your sense of humor, too. All right. So let's take a look here. So what are Walter's thoughts and feelings towards you today? All right. That's thoughts. That's feelings. Ooh, double deckers. All right. And then what is he doing? What is he doing today? What does Spirit want you to be aware of that he's doing today? And has he mentally already moved away from his ex? Let's take a look here. Mental. Wow. Okay. So I went to those. And then meaning glad he's separating. Yeah, we'll take a look at those there. Then I think you had asked a free one too. I'm just gonna throw that in here while we're doing that, which is what did he notice of you that made him move forward towards you? So we're just gonna throw your free reading in there too, since we're gonna be in that energy anyway. So I like that. Yeah, he is, like we got yesterday, he does have this, Eight of Cups, where emotionally that he's, wanting to move away from emotions and relationships that don't serve him anymore. So we like that bottom energy of the bottom of the deck, just a little reminder, which is nice to have there, right? Yeah, fall passion season. Boom, boom. Yeah, really September 1st is kind of the start. I know the fall spring equinox happens September, right? September, October, November, December. Yeah, so September 21st, 22nd is our equinox. So we'll be having kind of equal-ish days and nights, which is nice. Notice that it's starting to get darker than it used to. But let's take a look here. So, what are his thoughts towards you? Wow. I think we got this yesterday. He's very consistent with his justice card, with the working out of their thoughts, their beliefs, their mindsets. Again, letting go of a lot of the expectations and all that kind of stuff that they grew up with. I also like the 3 of Pentacles coming in with it this time. Maybe that's why they gave me 2 cards because they didn't want to just repeat the same message. But with the 3 of Pentacles, it's about being true to your unique self. And I like that. And I feel like they're reminding me that you mentioned that yesterday about, yeah, I can be me. And, they're, um, they appreciate that, right? So I like that kind of energy coming in here in their thoughts around you is that you're true to yourself and you're allowed to be yourself and you don't fear a whole lot of losing people's support or getting punished for you being you. You're like, you know what? I learned a long time ago. I got to be me. And if not, why am I even here? Why am I trying to pretend to be someone I'm not? So, this honesty, this truthfulness, this realness, I feel like you've had people in your life, and I feel like they feel this way that you probably have had people tell you, like, you're one of the most real people I've ever met. They don't, worry about facades and masks. They're like, how not in a rude way, but how, Maria feels. you know, she doesn't hold back, but but it's honest, it's true. It's like I have I had several friends who were from back east, and back east, boom, they'll tell you like it is. Why are you wearing that? That's ugly. They don't have as big of filters, as like the Midwest where we live. People are, kind. They come across as kinder, but it's like in the South when they say "bless your heart," they're cussing at you. but yeah, you don't wear a mask. So that's how they think about you and their feelings towards you. Whoops, gotta kind of cover this up a little bit. Yeah, so they're working through here again, a lot of thinking and a lot of restrictions around emotion. They're going through a big shakeup and rattling, but they also have these feelings of that you're this bright star, this hopeful person. You bring this brightness into their life, and you're kind of like this. The star card's like a dream come true card, but they're also, because they're working so much through their brain and through figuring out what they want and who they want to be and getting rid of the old ways that haven't served them. They're kind of just, I feel like, again, feelings are on hold as they're looking at breaking their chains and getting out of there. What is he doing today? Wow. Knight of Wands and King of Wands. Very, very active. A lot of go, 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 go energy today. So I feel like with the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands, um, they got a lot of, and this isn't passionate energy. This is like, holy cow, I've got so much I got to do today, that they're just in this, like, working on their could do list. They're like, I got so much I've been saving up to do. Here I have a 3-day weekend. Boom, I'm gonna get stuff done, especially today, because I feel like they have like barbecues or friends to do stuff with on Labor Day, but also they've got some sort of um I don't know, family get together or something tomorrow. It just feels like it's I want to say obligation, like a family obligation tomorrow, and then partay, like a barbecue kind of atmosphere on Monday. So today they're like, I got to do things going here. you know, well, this energy about what they're doing today doesn't have to do about leaving the past necessarily. This is, I feel like, a lot of physical activity of sorting, packing, getting this done, getting this done, got to get this done, got to get this done. I got to do this with my car. I got to do this, like, got to get my oil change. Got to do this. Got to mow the lawn. Blah, blah, blah. It's like all this stuff. Yeah, errands and tasks. Got to get things done. Kind of energy. And then, has he mentally moved away from his ex? There's four cards for this. Let's see what this is here. Yeah. Joy, 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 joy. So I feel like there is this big release, yeah, because they do feel here with the Eight of Swords, moving beyond their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer restrict them. I did feel like they were released from a cage, which this is like a puppy being in a kennel all day, and then the Ten of Cups is like, "Woohoo!" We can see their little floppy ears. It's like a little beagle running in the field, letting their ears flop and all that too. And I do feel, with all that, this is what they feel like they're getting away from here. These feelings of, there's some barriers that are keeping them from getting out of there. And it has to do here with money and the lack, which we talked about a little yesterday. They just, they're ready to get out of there, but they still feel a little trapped with financially, um, which, when there's like this lease and when you that's why whenever I always tell people, learning the hard way, whenever you get into a relationship, if you get to the point of moving in together, always choose somewhere where you can live there on your own. Don't like choose something like, well, with both our incomes we can afford this. It's like, well, let's choose somewhere. Not that you're setting it up for like you know um it's like, just in case, let's put a safety net. It's like, no, it's just good. It's just wise, just in case. That way you're not feeling trapped in a relationship. And this is where they're feeling trapped. But they're working on that, right? We talked about that a little yesterday. But emotionally, mentally, of course, emotionally they're ready. And then mentally, they are moving past that because you got the two eights, both mental and physical movement, regarding that. So I like those. Excuse me. And then we'll pull have these two cards over here, which have to do what originally like drew him, you know, um, what did he notice of you that made him move forward to you? Let's see what that is here. Yeah. There is this, the Two of Cups is this, it's just like here's this, it's almost looks like the same person, right? And it's like there's this commonality, this mirroring that you guys have a lot in common. And, the Six of Swords is this leaving behind old ways of thinking, moving to new ways of thinking. um I feel like there's no expectations, that there's just this bond that's there with this Two of Cups. There was just like this um energy that drew you guys together, but it's a lot of this, it feels familiar, it feels safe, it feels like, yeah, we've got this um camaraderie, and I don't know, it just like you guys recognize yourself in each other. It's like the big namaste. Um, but it's funny. And I don't know if you guys like laugh alike or whatever, but it's like, it's like, nah, I'm gonna stay. It's like funny humor, I feel like is a big bond between the two of you, but it's like instead of saying namaste all serious, that's nah, I'm gonna stay. That's funny. So I like that for you. Yeah, goofy, 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 goofy. Which is, it's like you don't take life so serious. And so that 6 of swords is leaving behind expectations and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, and it's like there's this freedom. It's like you see the big picture. You don't sweat the small stuff, you know? It's like, "What? Who cares about that?" You know? Which allows a lot more place for humor and enjoyment, so I like that. Alright, so that is what they have for you, my dear. So thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that, and enjoy your day. Many blessings. And we have a couple more donations. So Infinity, hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation, and shout out to one of my regular YouTube channel members too. Thank you for your donation here. So we'll jump into that, and then I did get a Cash App, so we'll jump to that one next. All right. So Infinity, want to know, how did Leo feel about it when you came to his event at the Dome? Wow. Right. So how did he feel about it when you came to training? Were you intrusive or ruin the vibe? Let's take a look here. So first of all right, how did Leo feel when you came there? How did you feel when you came to the training? Got a little gnat visiting us. Hello, Mr. Gnat. Stay away from my coffee, though, or there will be war. Okay. All right. So the underlying energy, we have the 3 of Pentacles here. I feel like this Leo is pretty solid in being true to their authentic selves. So I feel like the overall what they want you to know is they're pretty solid. It keeps on coming to mind here, to where it's not like, like they would be upset about someone showing up for things. They wouldn't be they wouldn't let things ruin a vibe or feel people are intrusive or whatever. And then it's kind of, I don't know why I don't use this word, but copacetic. It's copacetic. They just feel kind of like, yeah, very Leo energy. Actually, it makes sense that they're okay. They don't care, um, and especially lower vibrational ish Leo energy is about being seen and leading and being, hey, I'm a lion. Is my mane in place? How does my mane look? Do you like my mane? You know, so if you ever seen the movie Now You See Me, now you don't, it's that magician one. If you haven't seen that, the character that plays the real kind of prick, is how I'm gonna say it, in the beginning, how he's like, when they first meet and bump into each other, and he's like, the guy goes, "Yeah, I know who you are. I thought you were a real jerk." He goes, "I take that as a compliment." And someone's like, "Well, you would blah blah blah." I also take that as a compliment. It's like they take everything as a compliment, and that's the kind of energy that's funny coming in there. All right, but let's take a look here. How did he feel, or how did they feel when it came to his event at the Dome? Yeah. So, they're focused on the growth, and the Empress is, there you go, the mother nature, mother nurture, nurturing oneself, the birthing of things, the movement of things. They were really just focusing on growth, grow, 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 harvest. Is my harvest here? Is my harvest here? Let's see. How can I get this harvest? How can I go here? Very much networking energy. And I feel like they were just super focused on that. Again, Empress energy is like the Queen of Pentacles, which is all about me, 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 in a way. But it's a healthy, sometimes, about, I need to focus on me. I need to grow me. I can only control me. And that's very much lower vibrational Leo energy too. Me, me, me versus we. It's opposite. Aquarius energy is about we as a community. We is that, on the other side of the astral cycle, or the astral chart, is Leo, which is me. It's the opposite, me and we. So very much me, me, me energy, which you're probably not surprised on that. So they were like, hey, great, someone else that's supporting me and paying attention to me. Me, 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 right? And then how did he feel when you came to his training? Let's see what those cards are here. Yeah, kind of back and forth here. You've got two cards here that are twos. You got two of pentacles and two of swords. So dual, going back and forth in their mind, going back and forth in their physical world too. Um, but they saw here, they were happy with this um, Knight of, I'm sorry, Ace of Cups. I was looking at the Knight of Wands. With the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Wands, as they were excited. So I like this with the training. They were just like, wow, I feel like they appreciate the support that you give, and your presence felt supportive to them. So I don't know what else has gone on between you guys, but they like a familiar face, and they're like, hey, and it like pet their lion ego. They're like, oh wow, you came to see me, me, right? So that kind of energy goes in there. And then let's see, did intrusive or ruined the vibe? No, you got temperance, patience, balance, and eight of wands, a lot of energy. So I don't feel like it was intrusive or you ruined the vibe. I feel like they were really vibing with this eight of wands, their fire, Leo energy. And they were very balanced in that. And that goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning, copacetic. No, it wasn't intrusive. It didn't, make things a certain way, or ruin the vibe or intrusive, whatever. It just is like, it's like there's this energy of the more the merrier. And again, they take everything as a compliment. Oh, you're here to support me, thank you. It's that kind of attitude that comes in, when it comes to these public events, when it comes to them being up in front of people. The bigger the audience, the better they felt. And they were like, yeah, So it felt very supportive. They took it as being very supportive by all that, if that makes sense. But that's what's coming in Infinity. So I like that. And that is your heart. You know that you go places to support people, to care about people. Um, that's never your heart to go ruin something or to be intrusive or whatever. In fact, you are probably, not that you err, but if you did, you err on the side of being overly cautious, overly making sure. Oh, he got away. Sorry if that was loud. There's a gnat that is just really wants to be a star. It must be a Leo. The Leo gnat. Oops, he's attacking me now. Hey, get away from me. Leave me alone. All right. I have a plant that has some some gnats in there. So sorry about that, everybody. If that was loud, is like at least it wasn't right here. Smack. All right. So thank you again, Infinity, for your wonderful energy and for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. And then, so Rocky's World, you'll be up next after Delcy Joy. Thank you so much for your donation via Zcash app. And you said the question is in the chat. So let me find it here. Yeah, there's the bug. Thanks, Infinity. It's like, Usually gnats are my reminder about expectations, and so it's probably a message for me, letting expectations go. By why one of my plants is infested with them right now is letting go of expectations of the outside world, especially when it comes to what's going on in America. It's like trying to control. What am I trying to control? What am I trying to fix? What am I afraid of? Release, right? All right, so Delcy, I don't see a question in chat. Let me just look one more time. Maybe it was further up. I don't see. Don't see it here. So if you're here, Delcy, just put it down below. While I'm waiting, just for the sake of time, I'm going to jump to Rocky's World, but I'll keep checking here. So thank you, Rocky's World, for your donation. Appreciate that. And your question is, how does Roberto currently feel about you after you broke up with him, after you found out that um he was at the aquarium with that Amanda girl? Ugh. All right, let's take a look here. So how does he feel? And I feel like I want to include these here. Additional message there. So the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles, which has to do with the choice of the outside world. They are going back and forth between the two choices, obviously, that would be you and this, you know, um, Amanda girl, as you call it here. So it's like, very interesting. So let's see how they feel here. That's about these choices that are coming in. Yeah, we've got the Six of Cups, which has to do with like this childhood relationship. I don't know, were they together before? I'm not sure. The Six of Cups is about someone from your past coming back in. But the Eight of Cups is about walking away from emotion that doesn't serve and relationships that don't serve as well. So they're trying to decide here between the two. Um, you know, they know that they can't keep it as it is. They need to make a choice, right? Because they've got the Chariot card on the bottom too that came in here with the Two of Pentacles. So that's the power of choice. I need to choose between the bright light horse, or in this case, the Sphinx, or the dark. So they are in this place of needing to decide here. Let's see what, based on current energies, what they have here. Again, choices with the Two of Wands. They're, trying to decide, do I totally commit or do I leave going, I can't give you what you're offering here? Yeah, and the Magician card, they're wanting to make a choice here. This is them stepping into their, energy of, I need to choose. I need to choose. Whatever I focus on is going to grow. So what do I want to grow? And do I want to chase after, or do I just want to let go and move forward? Let's see what this must be, what these other cards are here. Yeah, they're really emotionally confused. They got the Seven of Cups, so it makes sense that they're torn in their heart. The heart can't help to care for who it cares about, and it can care about more than one person at a time. But that's no excuse. Our heart can want seven people, but we can still control our own emotions and choose, right? And they are, again, they're looking here with the Ten of Wands. This is about the burden. This is about, where am I investing my energy? It's endings and beginnings. Again, the Magician card is, a new beginning, a new emphasis on what they're wanting to do here. So they are kind of torn in between. The Queen of Swords balancing their head and their heart. So they're trying to really get things straight in their head, and they're really thinking about, what is it that I want? What is it that I want? And they're trying to get out of this emotional confusion to try to think clearly, but they're a bit overwhelmed with emotion right now, torn. And the Six of Cups, I just feel like you guys have a lot of history too. And so they're just like, oh man, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? So they're on this pursuit. Even the bottom of the deck, they have the Knight of Swords, which is, they're on a quest for higher thinking, clarity of thinking. So they're really trying to balance their head and their heart. But right now, their emotions do have a bit of it here. So, um, I kind of just feel like the last thing they wanted to do was to hurt you. There's like these memories that they're showing me of their mom being upset and being hurt by father and boyfriends and different things that he witnessed, and it's like he had this vow that he would never be that person, and now he's like, oh my god, I'm being that person. And so there's a lot of guilt and a lot of wanting to do the right thing for everyone while also getting what they want, right? And so this is the back and forth that's going on within them here. So definitely, I feel like, there's, I don't know if they would ever regret anything. I feel like they feel bad that they hurt someone that they care about, but I don't feel like they have this personality of, like, oh, I have regrets in my life. They're like, you know what? It's all about experience in life. I don't know. They feel very lower vibrational fire signy, where it's more like they consume and they move forward and, do that type of thing rather than go back. They're always like movement forward. It's like a grass fire that consumes. It can't go backwards because it's already consumed all of the grass, right? It's already consumed all the fuel. It can't go backwards. So um, that's what I feel is coming in there for you, Rocky's World. So um, I feel like don't feel like they've made a choice yet. I feel like they're trying to figure everything out, which and maybe this is a little bit of your big brother Zen coming in. Along with your spirit guides, which I feel like you have like some big brother spirit guides. They're like, that should tell you everything you need to know, right? If someone has to think about, I don't know if I want you or them, I'm like, have them. Bye. Because if you're that stupid where you can't see what that it's a no-brainer choice, then you deserve, or I deserve more so. The other one sounds a little, you know, um, spiteful, but it's like you deserved them. Go. But mainly I deserve to have someone like myself. So I like that for you, Rocky's World. Say bye-bye. And you're showing me what I need to see about myself, and you show me what I need to see about you. And thank you. You're my, my exes are I usually say they're my greatest teachers. They showed me exactly what I wanted to see about myself until I saw it. And thank you for showing me that. Bye. So, all right. Hang in there, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Delcy Joy, there you are. Thank you so much. And then thank you, Christy. I see your Venmo. You'll be up after that. So good morning to you, Delcy. So you fell asleep at the wheel while driving. Oh my gosh, and have spinal fractures. In the process of healing, the car was totaled. Well, I'm so glad that you are still with us. Obviously, you have a purpose. Otherwise, you'd be visiting me as a spirit guide. So I'm glad that you're here. I'm sorry for the spinal fracture. So, what is the energy around your next best moves? All right, let's take a look here. When we have big, huge things like this happen in our lives, it's hard for us to realize, that it happened on purpose for a purpose for me. Um, and it could have saved your life, um, in the future too. So I like that they're saying here it's everything happens on purpose for a purpose, and know that there is purpose. We'll see what we have here. So you've got here movement. Knight of Swords is movement of thought and belief and mindset. And you also have the Temperance and the Page of Swords. So you do have this, kind of message here with patience, and that there is a lot of wisdom, higher wisdom that you glean here with two royals of the sword suit. So you are gleaning a lot, realizing a lot about your, during this process of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you feel limited, and it's a time of facing fears. And the bottom of the deck here, I mean, you've got this big rattling coming in here with the devil card energy, which is more thinking, Capricorns, I'm a Capricorn rising, I know, into our heads and overthinking and thinking. But this is about the release of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have bound you before with these chains, right? And the 10 of Wands here, too, is about readjusting where you've been investing your energy. I'm hearing from your spirit guides. Sometimes forced R&R, and my last host, one of my friends that I lived with for about a year and a half, while it was I knew why I was there because it was like after about 9 months or so after I was there, she had a pickleball accident. She's in her 60s and she goes, I thought I was in my 20s. I dove for a ball and she tore, I think, two or three muscles out of four in one shoulder. The other she dislocated and tore two muscles. So, and she's a go, 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 go person. And it was like there was this forced R&R where she had to be still. She couldn't do what she normally did in it. She did a lot of inner reflection. And my host, she is down for the count right now because I think she has COVID. I think she got what I had. It's all around everywhere. So everyone drink a lot of powerful juices and get your immunity strong. But she, we call it forced R&R when you're go, 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 go. It's like, all right, I've got to sit still and be still. And that's why I feel like I was sick earlier this month too, is I was down. I'm like, all right, I'm going to embrace this. I'm not feeling well, so I'm going to sit and I'm going to contemplate. I'm going to look. I'm going to communicate. And I feel like that's a lot of what's coming in here because you do have, well, both. You have both again on the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. This is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, spending time on you. And this is a good thing because people who are big givers in life, when when I wasn't feeling good, my host was like, hey, do you need any food? Do you need this and that? And I'm like, oh, I want to be self-sufficient, but it my dad reached out that I don't have a lot of contact with, and he goes, I noticed you weren't online and I saw that you were sick, so I sent you some money. And I'm like, what? And because he knows I wasn't able to do what I do, and you are able to be in this place of you know receiving when you're having all this, right? So I like this you know, sometimes it's forced rest and relaxation and forced receiving from other people, which, oh, if you're a giver, you're like, this feels uncomfortable. But it's to help you learn to receive and to ask for help and to receive help. And it's a toughie, I know, but it's so important for you in your life here. That's the bottom of the deck. Let's look at these other ones here. So, yeah, yeah. So you have the death and the rebirth. And again, there's this when we face death in a way of that, it's like, wow, I could have died. You know, we light is shown on here with the sun card onto a bunch of things in our lives. And you have the Eight of Pentacles too, which is about the blood, the sweat, the tears, and it results in movement in the outside world. It's transformational. Both the Death card and the Eight of Pentacles definitely have this transformational type of energy. The Sun card too here, we've got the little inner child energy that comes in and facing and this opportunity to let things go from our past. And when we have time to sit around and think, it's a good time for release. It's a good time for us. And pain, something about pain and not feeling good brings us back to this moment too, because we'll get caught in the past too much, in the future too much. But sometimes pain really brings us back to, ow, right here, right now, right? Yeah, so hard to ask for help, right? But again, you've got the world card, which is you got 3 cards that came out again here, which is, the, ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. So there is this, the last card in the major arcana, and you've got the 9 of cups, which is about emotional dreams come true, and you also have the Lovers card, which is emotional choice, but also has to do with important relationships and changes. And so this combination of these 3 cards together is also that, when you're asking about energy around your best moves is to like let go of all expectations as much as you can. The world card is the end, but the full card is the zero where it starts over in the major arcana, which is a new adventure, a new journey that's free of a lot of supposed to be's and should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's. When we believe like this shouldn't have happened to me, we resist. In fact, there was this great um, on Instagram, I saw a little video that this person was talking about buffaloes, and he goes, "The buffaloes are amazing creatures. They learned they hate getting wet. They hate like being rained on and going through water and all that. So they've learned that when they see a storm coming, rather than run from the storm, they run toward the storm." Which is amazing because they learned that if they run the storm's coming, if they run to it, they're gonna get through the storm faster than if they run from it. It's gonna overtake them, and they're gonna be running with the storm, and they're gonna be in the storm longer. So they learn, run towards your whatever's happening in our lives rather than running from it, allows us to get through it and flow through it faster. So embracing what has happened and step out of that mindset of this shouldn't have happened to me, it wasn't supposed to happen to me. Like Byron Katie, she's wonderful. If you ever have a chance to check her out, she has a great saying that says, when our expectations and thoughts battle reality, they lose, but only 100% of the time. It's like, how do you know something was supposed to happen? It did. And it's like, oh, well, okay. So we embrace it rather than resist it, and we flow through it. And then we move from a place of going, this victimhood that we can fall into, which we come here to experience. There's nothing wrong with it. But when we're thinking life happens to me, then we have this victim mentality in it. It's like anchors, it slowly drags us through it instead of embracing going, "Why did I want this to happen for me?" And then it moves forward, right? And then we can see what did I wanna learn through this? And then we glean the wisdom, we move through it faster too. So what else do we have here? Yeah, Knight of Cups. Some movement of emotion coming through here. So we do see that here. And also the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles, I've talked about that quite a bit in these sessions, but just in case, um, the Six of Pentacles has a lot to do with our. Um, I'm going to give you both. I'm going to give you 2 videos here that I recorded last year. Episode 4 is about energy focus. Whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And the Six of Pentacles is more of a subconscious rate of going back to receiving and giving, is our rate of exchange. We're like, you know, uh, when we feel we have to give so much to deserve so little, right? So I like this, embracing it, moving through it, seeing what am I learning about myself through all this, what, fears are bubbling to the surface. But definitely whatever we focus on, grows and expands. That's what that first video really focuses and gives you a tool on how you can transform that. And then also the Six of Pentacles, this, energy we have below the surface that is, and I know a lot of human children have this where when we're younger, we give so much and we get so little back because usually parents are like, freaking out with life and trying to do everything. They don't have a whole lot of leftovers to really give us. So, we've got this. I give 1,000 love coins and I get 1 love coin back, and we don't know any better as children. We're like, "That seems fair." And then it sinks down into our subconscious, and then that's what rules our lives until we bring it back to our consciousness. So, 2 great videos for whoever that resonates with. If that's, not for you, Delcy, it might be for someone else, but definitely, I feel that will, help. So that's what they got going on there for you. Hang in there. Enjoy your adventure. And again, so glad you're still with us, bringing the Delsey joy to the planet because, you are here on purpose for a purpose. Absolutely. All right. So much love to you, my friend. And thank you again for your donation. Right, and then Christy, thank you so much for your Venmo donation. And let's take a look here. So Christy. All right. Just make sure I have your question here. All right. So does Justin have another female pregnant? Oh my gosh. Or what is he hiding? So there's something being hidden, huh? Let me take a quick sip here. See what drama is there. All right. What is going on with Justine? Justin, is there another person pregnant, or what are they hiding? Or both, right? All right. So do they, you know, doesn't appear that there's another, there's a pregnant female out there. Glad you have a sense of humor. They got the Chariot card and they have the Hierophant. There's 2 major arcana. Hierophant is this energy of, like, their higher self is having them really look at supposed to be's and should be's, and capital T truths of who do I wanna be, where do I wanna be, what I wanna do, blah, 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 right? And the Chariot, they're caught with a lot of choices going on in their life right now about, higher vibration, lower vibration, what stories are they creating, what emotions and energy and physical actions, and I just feel like they're really in this time of great thinking and great reflection and at a forks in the road of what they're wanting to do. But I don't feel this has to do with pregnancy. Let's see what they're hiding though. What's coming down here? Yeah, again, we've got the judgment card, which is, you know, their higher self calling their human to a different place. And they've got these feelings, these beliefs of lack and not having enough, and even the bottom of the deck, they've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician, Page of Pentacles, wow, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, wow, yeah. So there's all this energy below the surface here of, what do I want to grow? What do I want to manifest? And with the Wheel of Fortune, especially with all of these pentacles, Ace and Page is new opportunities, new worth, new abundance in the outside world, trying to make choices again of the outside world. So this does reaffirm that this Chariot is more about physical choices in the outside world, but around feeling, the lack, the being left behind, being left out in the cold, not having enough. I don't know if they've lost their job or they're going to lose their job or they're wanting to switch jobs, or it has so much to do here with abundance and these feelings of the outside world. And I feel like what they're hiding really has to do with this awareness of, I am not fulfilled with the outside world, which is what we all go through, right? Because really, the Four of Pentacles in the Pentacle suit is the journey that we all are on, that we're, we come down here and our heart wants the eternal unconditional love of the outside world, I mean, of the higher realms. But we're told, oh, where you find that is in the outside world, relationships, situations like jobs, education, social status, whatever, and things, your body, your bank accounts, possessions. That's where you're going to find fulfillment. And then we go and then disappointment, 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 not feeling full. Why do I feel this way? And we get this point in our life where we just feel so tired of feeling unfulfilled and disappointed in the outside world that we start questioning a lot of stuff. And I feel like that's what's going on is they're questioning, what is, with that the Hierophant and the Judgment card coming in, it's like, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Why am I not finding fulfillment? Why do I feel so empty? And, I feel like they've achieved stuff, but they just like it doesn't satisfy. And um and that's where, that's why people tend to go from partner to partner to partner or have multiple partners and different things. I don't know if they necessarily do that, though. We do have the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck, which is third party individual. But it does tell me that, if they have interest or they think, and maybe in the past they've had multiple people at the same time, and they're just like, I just never feel full. What's happening? What's going on? So a lot of deep self reflection. And I feel like that's what they're hiding because they don't want to appear insecure or that they're thinking about there's, no one wants to tell someone, "I don't feel fulfilled," and you're like, and we take it personally, "What? I'm not fulfilling you?" Well, you can't. No one can fulfill anyone else, right? We can't give to other people that we don't have for ourselves, right? If I don't have self-love and self-worth, I can't give love to anyone else greater than the amount of love. So if I love myself that much, no matter how much love I give, all you're going to get is drip, drip. And if you give a lot of love to me, all I'm going to get is drip, drip. And I'm going to feel like I'm unfulfilled. And like, you mean after everything I'm giving you, you feel unfulfilled? Well, it has to do with them, their ability to receive it, not your ability to give it, right? And if you're like, is this all you can give me? Is this little drop? Well, that's all that they can give because that's all they have for themselves, right? So I feel like they're just going through a lot of, I don't know, identity crisis, midlife crisis, um, and they're just feeling so unfulfilled in their life, which again, you can't do that for them. No one can make me happy. That's my job. No one can make me miserable. That's also my job. Um, you know, no matter you can give someone the entire world and they can still choose to feel unfulfilled and unhappy, right? So I feel like that's what's going on in there, and they don't want to share that because, you know, they don't know what's going on. They're trying to figure out what's wrong with me, and they don't want to appear weak. They don't want to hurt your feelings or anyone else's feelings. But I don't feel like they got someone pregnant, but I just feel like they have this unfulfilled energy for their life, which is perfect. It's our perfect journey. We all get to that at some point in our life where the outside world just we're tired, sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and unfulfilled. Then we turn inward and upward, and that's where he's going this inward, which eventually, if we stick out, like if we're in a relationship with someone and they're going through that, if we can support them, if we're in a place where we can support them as they're going through it, eventually they get filled up from the inside and overflowing. And then what we're giving them is above and beyond extra. And life transforms from feeling like lack to feeling like, whoa, abundance and overflowing. But it's if we have it for ourselves, if we're filling up from the inside, we're able to give and overflow to them and stick in the situation, or not. We're like, all right, enjoy your adventure, right? so, so that's what's going on there, Christy. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, it's not about you. This is about all that going on in there. All right. So thank you again for your donation. Much appreciated. And many blessings to you. Right. So up next, we got a couple from Nelia. Hey, Nelia, good to see you. Thank you. I am feeling much, much better. I actually got good. Actually woke up early, didn't even need an alarm, and I like this, energy that we have coming in. Um, so I do feel like here we go. So thank you. All right, you're very welcome, Christine. All right, so Nelia, your first one, your wink emoticon. And you want to know, when you sell your current home, will you get good money for it? And will it be an easy move or will there be difficulties? Yeah, let's take a look here about the move here. Let me just highlight that so I can see where I'm at. Bright eyed and bushy tailed. I'm wearing a white shirt instead of my usual black shirts. I got all these hearts for all the nations of the world. So we're spreading beautiful love, love, love energy. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about? Okay, your move here. And those. All right. On the bottom of the deck, you do have the Four of Wands. So we like this. This is balanced, joyful energy that comes in here. So joy and celebration. So we like that energy. That's a very positive, flowful, like positive validation that it does go smoothly, that it's a victorious type of woohoo, kind of energy. Let's take a look here. When you sell it, will you get good money? Yeah, and you have the judgment card here. Here's your higher self calling your human. Here, let's see what this other one is here. And the Queen of Wands. Yeah. So you will follow your heart. Um, the judgment card is about you connecting to your higher self. The Queen of Wands, she rolls over the wand suit, which is communication and spiritual energy, but the black cat represents the water that she has behind the scenes too, which is a strong connection to the spirit world. So they're saying it will follow your gut, follow your instinct. If you're unsure, ask spirit, excuse me, and they will guide you. And so you're not in it alone, and that you can connect with them and ask them, and they will guide you. So you do definitely have the possibilities of getting, you know, good money and having a smooth movement and all that. And if you have any question and you're unsure, you can always ask spirit for clarity, and they'll bring you answers and clarity. I like that. Yeah, look at you get the solid home foundation here with the Four of Pentacles. At first I thought when I saw the Four of Wands, like, oh, you got the Four of Pentacles, which is my card for home, secure, capital H home, feel like I'm home kind of energy. So I like that. It is solid money too. So we like that. You have the Three of Cups. Again, here this represents your spiritual posse and your community. So, but spiritual posse being there, another joy and celebration card. You got the two of my joy celebration cards. So, very positive move, very smooth movement. Um, and don't feel like you can't ask for help and movement. So when the move will go easier if you ask for help. Don't try to do everything yourself. I know, preaching to the choir myself. Always, it's like, well, I'll just do it all, and I won't bother anyone else. It's like, no, people, you help so many people. Let them help you, right? So, don't hold back from doing that. And yeah, we got the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So, Queen of Swords is balancing your head and your heart, and the Knight of Swords is movement of communication. And but it's also both of these. They have the Ace of Swords, and you have the Hanged Man on the bottom of the deck, which is all about see things from a higher perspective. And I know we talked a little bit about your next home being something that isn't a forever home, right? It's just a stepping stone in getting to your your final resting place, your final home, um, with your love, right? And so it's about letting go of so many expectations because expectations equal disappointment. If we lower a lot of our expectations and we just that allows us to go on the journey and embrace the adventure, then that's when we have smoothness. That's when it's easy. When we have all this long list of supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's, all about the move and this and that and everything else, then it's like, oh, so like we can get upset if we go to pick up a U-Haul, let's say, and it's not ready. We can be like, oh my God, it's gonna ruin all my plans. Or we can be like, okay, no problem. Um, I'm gonna go run this other errand real quick and then I'll be back. And it's the smoothness of going with it and everything. And then it's like, all right, we weren't that customer that someone goes home and goes, oh my God, this person was so rude to me this morning. And they were like, they carried that all day long. And we're a source of joy and a source of peace and going with the flow and going, oh, that's all right. Remembering everything happens for us. And okay, the delay might keep me from getting in an accident, or they're like, hey, I gave you a better price because you were so patient and so nice. It's that kind of thing that when we're approach life and go, okay, why am I, what's triggering me? What fear do I have? It's like, all right, just gonna go with the flow, and everything's just gonna, you know, me getting upset about it's not gonna help it any, it'll probably hinder it. So instead, I'll be like, "Well, hey, I'm gonna, do this, and I need to grab some breakfast." And then you grab an extra egg McMuffin, and you're like, "Here, I brought you one too." And they're like, "Oh my god, I didn't eat today. Thank you." It's like you can make someone's day instead of be a part of the struggle and the challenge, right? We can be a positive influence. So I like all that energy coming in here, but releasing of expectation around it, and it makes it just easy breezy. We're the ones that make it difficult. Our thoughts and beliefs are what make it difficult. The outside world just is, but our story is what makes it difficult because we're putting a difficult story in our head and applying it to the outside world, right? So that is what they have for you for that one, Nelia. So thank you so much for that donation. I'm excited for your move. And then, of course, your heart eyes emoji. Thank you for your additional donation here. And so, before meeting your soulmate, your true love, will you date or meet any other men? What will they be like? Okay, yeah, let's take a look here. Any stepping stones there as well, right? All right, let's take a look here. So, will there be anyone else? And what else do you want to know here? All right. All righty. Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be just a little bit here. You got the devil card on the bottom of the deck. So that's the shaking, the rattling of our expectations and long-held beliefs around relationship. So I do feel like there's gonna be a couple stepping stones because your first card that came out was the Knight of Cups, which is romance, movement of emotion. So I do feel like you will have someone, maybe even just with the Four of Cups on the bottom of the deck, I don't know how many serious relationships that you've had. These are not like serious, but they're significant. But three before number four comes in here, which this is the one from heaven being offered from heaven, right? All of them are meant to be, right? But I feel like you have three total. So if you've had one or two before, you can figure out what do you consider significant relationships in your life. I feel like there's going to be a total of three before you move on to the next one. Maybe it's just one because you have the Knight of Cups. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is when you have, you know, time for you, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself. So I do feel like you have a time alone with yourself, without a relationship, after whatever this is, in between, and then also developing your community. So you got the Three of Cups coming in, which, so I feel like there is this it's like, best friends, like maybe two, like where you're peas in a pod, three peas in a pod. When I get the Three of Cups, it's like I always get the threes coming in. It's you and two others, besties, that they're your support team that you meet before you meet, the dream that comes in, right? The dream person, because they help the foundation, um and they help you, like, maintain your new goal of not losing yourself, not shrinking, not trying to become who you think the other person wants you to become. We have these old things that we're taught growing up, especially from parents and teachers and stuff, of you got to adapt and be who we think you should be if you don't want to be punished, and if you want reward. So through praise and punishment, we do become that, right? Um but so I feel like that there is going to be a total of 3, so however many you've had already, subtract that from the Three of Cups, and you're like, "Okay, I've had 1 I would consider significant, the others, then you might have 2." But I feel like, what did you have, you had 2 and then there's 1 left? I kinda feel that kind of energy, like there's 1 left, and then you have some time alone, then you meet these people and they're like, "Yes." And then while you're doing stuff you love with your besties, that's when you meet them. Because you do have time, a little bit of time with the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight. It gives you that time with yourself to find your capital T truths with your Hierophant, that's your higher self, showing you who you truly are, what you truly want. Capital T truly, not small t truly. And the Five of Cups, it gives you time to transform your emotions, leaving behind old emotions that no longer serve you, and teaching you a lot about your emotional choice. But it gives you that time to really put those old emotions to bed and to integrate them, and where they're no longer charged, you transform them. So, 5 being the number of transformation, and getting the Hierophant, the major arcana 5, and then the Five of Cups. So I do feel like there will be at least one more, depending on how many you've had in the past. Um, like I said, some good time, some self reflection time, and then some besties time. And they are like, come on, let's go do this, let's go do that. And doing things that you love, that's where you meet your love of your life, is doing things that you love and are passionate about. And then you're like, oh, okay. It's like the one they usually show me is like pottery and doing clay, and you're like, I want to go do this, and then you're doing it, and then the person next to you on another, potter's wheel at this place where they offer this kind of stuff, and you're like, hey, how you doing that? Or there's collapses and clay flies everywhere, and you guys laugh and you guys start up a conversation, and a spark happens. But it's in you both doing something you love is how you are, like, triggered and sparked towards one another. So I like that for you. Right, so that is what they have for you for that, my dear. So again, thank you so much for your donation, I appreciate that. So see, nothing to be afraid of with the devil card. It's that release that comes from it. So we're good. All right. So many blessings to you. And then the Love 43, you're up. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. And so, what message does Source have for you? I'm being drawn to Oracle first here. So let's see here. I feel like let's just do it from here from the Oracle of the Unicorns. I feel like the number 9 is important for you too. So let's take a look here. You're welcome. All right. Boom. Already. Card came flying out here. Wow. Look at this beautiful card. Intention. Look at those huge wings. See if I can get it to a little closer there. And it says intention, be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe. Wow. All right. So let's see what they have here for you. So this is a Pegasus. I don't think that's a unicorn. It says, when you focus on what you want with laser sharp clarity, you have the power to part seas and move mountains. What may now seem out of reach can come to you if you believe in it with all of your heart. Command it with clear intention. Let the universe find the best way to bring it to you, and then take courageous action as guided. You may sense that your desires are being delayed or not arriving at all because you're sending out a muddled or timid request. I like that, timid. If you want. Perhaps you're not sending out any desires at all. You will create a default reality based on your old patterns and beliefs unless you use intention to manifest what you want. Avoid being trapped in the same dramas, the same experiences, and the same disappointments by setting strong new intentions now. The glorious winged horse urges you to remember that you are the powerful creator of your reality, whether you're doing so consciously or unconsciously. He urges you to use focused intention to command in your blessings and deliberately create a life that lights you up. You are an infinite being tapped into unlimited possibilities, and you can choose and create your reality now. So, choose a life that astounds you with its magnificence. Stand in your power and uh, as a co creator with the divine, and stay strong in your clear intention to live your highest life. Wow. I love that. Very beautiful message there, and intention, right? Whatever we focus on with our energy is what grows and expands. Let's see if they have anything else to add through the tarot. All right. 2, 4, and 1. Did I get the net? Did I get the net? All right. So, and I feel like it's the 4 is split into 2. So you have 2 cards that are definitely like separate from the other 2, but then the 4 cards are split into 2 subsets, if that makes sense. Whoops, lost my slipper. Bottom of the deck, you do have the 8 of Swords and the 3 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. So a lot of thinking going on here. But there's peace of mind that can come here because the 3 swords on the wall here are the 3 swords of heartbreak and disappointment, and those that come in here, right? But I like the 8 of Swords too, because the 8 of Swords is about awareness around our own expectations and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that may have made us feel blinded and bound and trapped in the past. Um, and I like this release, especially around um, dreams and life and what life do I want? Not what life I think I'm supposed to want, but what life do I want? You know, this freedom that comes in with this. So your first 2 cards, yeah, it has to do with endings and beginnings. You've got the 10 of Pentacles with Sorry, I'm waving away a gnat. I don't know why I'm letting this gnat bother me. And this is, well, of course, gnats are expectations. So that's why this gnat is hanging around, because this is all about the expectations, the swords, letting go of the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets, and these expectations, right, around what a full life is supposed to be with the 10 of Pentacles, the fullness of life. And the Ace of Pentacles is a new way of looking at life and looking at fulfillment of life, too. So there is this, huge um, transformation, this huge ability to have a full life, but it has to do with change of mindset. That's like the foundation. Let's see what these other sets of cards are here. So you do have temperance. There's been a patience of waiting for some things to come forward. And the Six of Wands is about a victory and a movement and a transformation of energy. So, temperance is going back and forth between the two cups. It starts off as a kind of a base metal that eventually transforms into gold. But each time it goes back and forth, a little bit more magic comes in and moves towards transformation. And so it's like there's this underlying message of it's worth the wait. It'll come in divine timing, and it'll come out of nowhere suddenly. It's gold, and it's come this way. Let's see what these other two are here too. Yeah. So movement of thought and belief and mindset. Again, here's the swords. It's the pursuit of seeing things from a higher perspective. And with the Three of Pentacles, it's about being true to the unique you. So, all of this energy I'm feeling is sometimes we don't have specific intentions that we set for our life because we're thinking, well, I'm supposed to want this, I should want this, blah, 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 blah. But that's where it's a timid request or no request at all, because we really don't care if our lives end up the way that everyone has told us it should and it's supposed to be. And when we realize that maybe we're in a place of stagnancy where we feel numb or we just don't have anything that's exciting us and wanting us to go somewhere, it's because we're trying to live someone else's dream and not our own. And we can sit with our heart, our high heart, look to the higher realms and go, what makes my heart sing? What makes my heart feel full? When's the last 5 times my heart felt full, like it was gonna sing and dance? What is that? Let me do more of that. Let me head in that direction, because the heart knows the way, so follow the heart, right? And then the intentions will come almost naturally. We just like, oh, I'm so excited. When we're living our dream, we're not trying to, get to the end so I can have satisfaction. We're living it in the moment, and it's growing. And then we have more gratitude that it grew more. And then it grows more because the gratitude grows things, right? Then we're even more grateful. And then things grow more. Then we're even more grateful because we're not going, I need that before I can be happy. That's the other vibration, right? This is a higher vibrational type energy of gratitude and high heart. So hopefully that resonates there for you. Uh, Love 43. I feel like I want to give you an angel number two. They're short and sweet. They just were like, you got to have some numbers. So let's take a look here. Yeah, you got 0110 mirror, right? Belief system. Go after what you want. Unique destiny, inspiration, talents, gifts, appreciation, and gratitude. You can't make it up. It says it right there. Right there. You're blessed with talents and skills that make it easy for you to stand out from the crowd. Embrace what makes you different, right? Your unique self. That's your path to success. Your dreams will soon come true. Can't make this stuff up. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again so much for your donation. Greatly appreciate that. And then Infinity, thank you for your additional donation. Appreciate that. Yeah, I like your sticker. So, how does L really feel about you? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Let's take a look. How does L really feel about you? So, oh, all those, huh? And all right, well, I feel like that card is an really important one here. This one really was standing out. I didn't see what it was till I turned it over, but this is a different way of thinking about you. They're letting go of a lot of expectations and supposed tos and should be's and need tos. So there's a lot of pressure I feel like they've had on themselves about who they're supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. And there's this place of like, "Ah, I can't make anyone happy. I'm giving up." And so there's this it's a great thing though because in our life when we're like, I'm just tired of being disappointed or being disappointing to other people. I'm just not going to try anymore. I'm just going to be me. And that's where freedom happens. And that's where it's funny that we fear, oh, I'm going to do that and everyone's going to reject me and hate me. And then we stop putting on masks. We stop trying to be someone we're not. And then everyone likes us even more. We're like, "What happened?" And it's because we can sense. It's like our inner child. We have an inner guard dog that senses there's something being hidden here. But when people are just themselves, we're like, "All right, I can take you as you are. I'm not afraid of you anymore. What's going on here? I sense something's, what's behind this mask? You're scaring me. You have a clown mask on, right?" So let's see what else they have here. Yeah, and here is in the first card that came out is the World card, which is the last card of the major arcana, the ending of major cycles, beginning of new adventures. These cards are very much similar in energy for me, in that we end an old cycle of trying to be a people pleaser and trying to live up to all these thoughts and beliefs we've been inundated in our head for a very long time. And the first card in the major arcana after the World card, it starts over at the 0, which is the Fool. It's a journey full of possibilities without restrictions, without all these rules. And so I feel like they're ready just to try to be true to who they are and trying to feel like they don't need to have other people jump through hoops. They don't have to jump through hoops. They're just ready to be, not caged animals, but free range, free range chickens instead of caged chickens. It's like there's this kind of freedom energy that comes in with here, if that makes sense. Then you have 4 cards and 2 cards. Let's see what these are all about here. Yeah. So we've got here, so we've got the Queen of Swords who has air energy and, of course, water behind the scenes. And then you have the King of Wands who has fire energy on the outside, but swords energy behind the scenes. So, there is this energy here of on the outside, it might feel like people and might feel like, why are those two, interacting? They're so different, right? Someone that's very fiery and rah, and then someone who's very mentally focused, but they don't realize the emotion behind the scene of the Queen of Swords. And they don't realize that what connects is the mind, the mental connection between the two. Because the King of Wands behind the scenes has a great amount of, half of them is air. They don't show that a lot to people because they fear what people will think of their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. But I do feel like you guys have this, you know, at least from their point of view, L feels like we have some great conversations. We think a lot alike with that. I have the 6 of Wands. So there is this, I feel like there's this equal, you know, energy of attraction that comes in here. It's because there's 3 wands on each side, wands being passion, attraction, energetic, physical attraction. So I feel like there's this mutualness that comes in there. But there's also this Tower card. There's a bit of, I don't want to say intimidation, that they're intimidated, and there's a difference between saying you're intimidating and that they're intimidated, and this has to do with what goes on inside them, um, which, you know, is I feel like that from somewhere, and this definitely can be from their past, that they see a power within you, and the last time they felt this type of power is someone that they would leave them in a drop of a hat. They would reject them like this for not living up to this is why they have all these expectations. They got a lot of rejection when they weren't being who someone wanted them to be. And this is an underlying fear that kind of it has like the three cards. It's like, let me just try to do it here. It's like these 3 cards are here, but this overlays everything. This is what keeps them from acting very deeply on these other things because it's like the fear of rejection, um, takes a like the driver's seat in their life a lot with that, if that makes sense. That's what these other 2 cards are here. Yeah, you gotta there's a lot of different types of emotions, emotional confusion, a multiple type of emotions that are there behind there. And the Hierophant can mean, like they're trying to find the capital T truth of what they are, but it also represents contracts and marriage and partnerships and agreements because they like roll over contracts. And so I feel like they have this underneath the surface, some, how do they really feel about you? Is they're like, I could see you as somebody that I would want to be with, but I got this fear of like I can't meet up to your expectations, and that you'll end up striking me with a lightning bolt from heavens out of your life, blast. And this can or cannot have anything to do with what you're doing on your side, um, and the energy you're putting out, because we all have a whole boatload of expectations that are stuck in our head growing up, right? All those supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's and um, you know, all this pressure of all these, like I said, expectations that need to be fulfilled. And if you don't, it's all or nothing. You're either perfect or you're a failure and you're out of my life. And they have this black and white type of world that they grew up in, and that's what they fear um, is that, and that's what their journey is, to evaluate and look at those and overcome them. I mean, honestly, we could all use therapy in our lives. They give us so many tools to overcome all that stuff because we're all given that crap growing up, right? But there's we all do our shadow work in all different ways and different timings and different points in our life, and I just feel like they have a great opportunity to get past that fear and that barrier that's there. So that helps a lot. All right, very good. I'm glad that resonates and helps. And you're like, oh, that's why they act that way. All right. So many blessings to you. So thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then Crow's Nest, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like since it lets me do those. All right. Anyone to know Chris? So Jess, hey, hey. So what Leo's next actions towards you? All right. Let's give these a shuffle. I'm just gonna take a sip of my juice here. All right. So let's take a look. I am doing weller and weller. Better and better. I actually had energy. I woke up and I was like, wow, I feel good. Yeah, I know, right? Here it's been about a month, but that plague, I tell you, the exhaustion piece is what really kicks your bohini. So evidently I needed downtime and rest, but I'm back. So thank you. All right, let's take a look here and see what is this Leo's next actions towards you. All right. Wow. Okay. There's the King of Pentacles on the bottom, and I was like, wow, I saw that first, and I was just thinking, wow, they're really focused on their outside world right now. It's like they're in this, you know, all about the abundance and fullness, and they've got like this idea of what has to be, physically and financially and you know job and relationship. I mean, they're looking at their entire, what does the outside world mean? And because you got the 10 of Pentacles, which is about fullness of life, right? Like the King of Pentacles. Those are two cards of like abundance, abundance, abundance. But they've got the death card with death and rebirth, and the 5 of Pentacles, which is these beliefs of lack and not having enough. I don't know what this is about. I mean, the death card, it's like it's weird. Let me try to explain what I'm kind of feeling. It's like I fear I'm not going to have enough, but I fear like I'm going to die. Like I have a fear of death. Like I'm going to, it's what they it's like it jumps to extremes. It's like, let's say, well, what if I lost my job? Well, I'm going to lose my house, everything, and you know, everyone's gonna hate me. I'm gonna end up on the edge of town alone, starving to death. I'm gonna die and get eaten by wolves. I mean, I'm like, whoa, that escalated fast. But I feel like they jump from this, they've really attached their worth and abundance to the physical world in so much. And just all this focus, focus, focus on abundance, abundance, abundance. This is what defines me, and maybe that's what they've had growing up, right? Um, and I just feel like their next actions. I don't know. It just Leo energy. I talked a little about it earlier, which Aquarius energy is on one side of the birth chart, which is about the we and the community and the world and the age of Aquarius, right? On the other side is Leo energy. It goes from we to me. And I just feel like they're so focused on that because they have these fears that are here. And and they do have, like with the two of wands here, they are in this point of trying to make these decisions and deciding where they're going to invest their energy. And on one side, they've got this hermit, which is about being alone, being off by themselves. And then on the other hand, is all of this abundance, all this fullness, all this stuff that comes in. And it's interesting because it's like a hermit is someone who lives in a cave with hardly anything, and then the other is like a king with a castle, right? And I feel like they're if they can get past this fear of loss and really, realize that the outside world always disappoints us eventually. We're taught look to relationship situations and things for our fulfillment, but they do fall short and then we're turned inward and upward. Then we fill up from the inside world, and then the outside world transforms from a place of lack, with this 5 of pentacles into abundance and overflowingness because we're being filled up from the inside. So I just feel like they're in this super reflective period of time here, and it does feel like everything's on hold because they're going back and forth between this outward disappointment of the outside world and then turning inward and upward, and then they go out to the outside world and then they're like, oh, that's right, inward and upward. But it's like they're going, I'm hearing like the carnival doot, 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 doot. It's like cycles, and it might seem like they're going in circles, but there is improvement happening. They're going up a spiral staircase, a spiral staircase. um or the spiral space case, right? But it's a spiral staircase that they're going up. And each time that they're going inward and outward and inward and outward, and you might even feel like they're a rubber band in your life where they probably go outward and express and then inside and then outward and then inside. But it is, they're getting higher and seeing things from a different perspective. So there is progress being made. Um, but when it comes to like their next actions, I feel like I don't know if they come across as wishy-washy sometimes, but it's because of those cycles that's happening. So enjoy them when they're in that outside because then they're gonna go zip on the inside. They learn and then they come out a little more aware, and then you're like, "Oh, that's cool," and then whoop, they're gone again. Alright, when's the hermit coming back out of the cave? You know, you can send them a little what is it, a fruit basket here for your inner cave journey. But, I just kind of feel like that's what's going on with him right now, Jess, is this inner transformation, this death and this rebirth that's happening there. So I'm glad that sounds like them. At least they're not just sitting still or going in circles. There's actually this transformation that happens there too. Right. So thank you so much for that donation. Well, thank you for your additional donation. I appreciate that. Let's give that a love and a like as well. Whoops. Yeah, at least we understand what's going on over there. Oh, that's the smoke. Oh, okay. It's not a forest fire. They're just doing a lot of reflection. All right. So what is coming in love for you in the near future? All right. Let's take a look here. See what they have coming in here. So what's coming in for love for you in the near future? Okay. I do want that, but they do want that one. That one. I want this one first. There. Okay. Okay. Well, you do have a relationship coming closer here. Let me just do a little PG work here. Because on the bottom of the deck, well, lo and behold, you get the Lovers card coming in. So definitely an important relationship that's coming in here. And, bottom of the deck too, we definitely have, well, yeah, there's this definitely this change of things happening. So you got the Chariot card, you got the King of Swords, and you got the Ace of Swords. So you definitely have this change of it's like you have been. I mean, you've been on like what does it feel like an eternal shadow work, right? Since birth, it feels like sometimes, but you've been really letting go of a lot of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and really clarifying what it is you want, what is of the human, what is of your higher self, and stepping into your power of story, choice of the story that you're choosing around something, realizing that whatever happens in the outside world just is, but my story is what I apply. So you've been taking a lot of time in looking at that battle between the head and the heart with the Five of Swords around these three cards came out together of what it is to be truly happy. What is this? You've realized when you lived off of the small T truce, you got bored, with the relationships of the past, and you're ready for a higher vibration love that's coming in here. And so I like all this coming in with this energy. The King of Swords really stands out to me too with the Lovers card. So I feel like um, your attraction comes in towards an air sign, um, and because I feel like conversation and communication has become a priority, and belief systems and open-mindedness, and it's like such an important piece of it all. Attraction and da da da, those things are important, but I feel like this other stuff has really taken a sorry, a priority. So let's take a look here, see what else we have here. Yeah, we got the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, and intellect, exactly. So 10 of Pentacles here is, again, another relationship card. So these are the cards that came out. All those I talked about were on the bottom of the deck. That's the underlying energy and the surge. But the 10 of Pentacles is about relationship. I mean, there it is. The feeling of abundance in the outside world. It's one of my partnership cards. So there is that coming here for you. Yeah, and the 9 of Swords. Here's this again, if I didn't look at the bottom cards, they're kind of continuing the story on the cards that they popped out of the deck, which is the 9 of Swords is the inner journey of the inner thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you let go. And um I like this. It's so funny. They're like, yeah, you want someone that you can be able to wake up in the middle of the night or you're having trouble going to sleep because you got something on your mind. Like, I wonder if cows exist on other planets, you know? So, are you an Aquarius? That sounds like something I would think of. I wonder if there are cows on other planets in the universe. And but you wanna be able to talk about it, and they'll be like, "Oh, I wonder, blah, blah, blah," "Alright, that sounds good. Alright, night, night." You guys go to sleep. That's funny that they bring that up. Yeah, and you'll know who it is with the 6 of Cups. This is past life connections that are coming in here, and I like that for you. I like you know, you won't have to wonder if it's that person or not. You're gonna be like, I usually say that when you meet someone that has this past life, deep connections, that they're glow in the dark and they have a rainbow shooting out of their butt. You're not gonna be going, I wonder if that's them. You're going like, there they are. They have arrived, right? So I like this past life connection energy that's coming in here, and you'll both recognize it immediately. This draw, this comfort level, this safety, this energy that comes in. Yeah. In the meantime, here we do have the 8 of Cups. Um, while you're waiting for this, an important piece of preparation for this is one, to let go of relationships that no longer serve you. So if you're investing any emotional energy in, and that can be family, friends, lovers, exes, coworkers, fellow students, whatever. This is about taking an inventory of where you're investing your emotional energy, and you're allowing yourself to let go of that. And these are the ones where you're giving, over giving in the relationships, where you're 90, 80, 70%, and everyone else is giving 10, 20, 30%. These are the ones where you're like, yeah, these need to either back off to 50% and see if they fall away, or the ones that you're like, no, yeah, it's like you realize you have 3 Netflix accounts. And you're like, I can cancel 2 and keep this one. It's like, that the ones that you're ready to let go of. And then also, you know, just taking an inventory. Is there any other emotions that are below the surface that I'm feeling I'm investing energy to keep down, and that feel charged, because those can be transformed. I can get all that energy back. So it's like you're uh, taking all this energy back and putting it into an emotional savings bank. So you have all this emotion ready for this relationship that's coming forward. So that's an important step here. Yeah, and Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, too. Taking care of yourself, giving that love to yourself, focusing on raising your love vibration as you have been. And there is this harvest, this birth that does come in here, but it's definitely embracing the emotions, and um, giving yourself this, even getting out into nature, if that is a possibility for you, because Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, it's time to nurture yourself and do those things that you love to do, and allow that to be expressed as well. So I like that for you. So it feels like, you know, the more you save up that emotional energy, the faster things come in. Yeah, you even got the Knight of Wands on the bottom. So fast moving energy coming in. Um, so it's like it's like if you're saving up for a vacation, the more you save, then the sooner you can go on the vacation. It's like the more you save up that emotional energy and get that emotional energy back, the faster you guys are drawn together. But definitely do things that you love, right? Get out and enjoy the stuff that you love to do, because I feel like that's where you meet, is in doing something you love. They're doing something they love, and then you fall in love. So I like that. You are very welcome, and thank you again for your donation. I really appreciate that. Right, I think that's the end of the donation. So normally I'd be on for about 15 more minutes. So I haven't done any of the free readings yet. So I'm going to jump to the top, and we'll see how many of the free readings we get through. In the past, on Fridays and Saturdays, I had been um, coming back on to finish all free readings, but just because my energy has been low, trying to feel better, I'm kind of just not doing that except on Sundays. So I'll try to get through as many of them as I can. And if anyone wants to make a donation to make sure I do yours and dive deeper into the donation of any kind, can do that. Can use the super chat, and then also in the description box of the video, I have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So any way that you want to do that is great for whatever dollar amount. I will make sure I get through all donations, but for the free readings, I'm just gonna be here for about 15 more minutes and see how many we get through. All right. So we'll start off at the top here. So Kritika Malhotra, hi. Hello, hello. So you want to know what are Gaurav's intentions towards you? You talked a lot yesterday, and he said that he would come to my class on Monday and wants me to introduce everyone. All right. So what are their intentions? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, they're kind of going back and forth here with the 10 of Cups. It's like the 10 of Cups is like fulfillment of emotion, right? Full and overflowing emotion. But the Two of Wands, that's the power of choice kind of energy. It's like, well, can invest my energy that way, but I can also do something else. And so their intentions are kind of split, undecided with that there. And they do see like, wow, I could, do something more and have this overflowing emotion. But I feel like there's indecision on what they want to do, kind of more energy of like flying by the seat of their pants and just seeing where things lead to, kind of energy. So that's what they have for you, Kritika. So many blessings to you. And then Day Sturgis, whatever comes out here. Yeah, it looks like here that with the Knight of Pentacles, this has been like a slow moving energy. And the full card coming in with it is like there's this new journey. It's like this weight of a new adventure beginning, a new start beginning. And you've been waiting for something to end, waiting for something to replace it or begin. And there's, it's like there's this feeling of a harvest in like, in the seasons, there's the harvest in fall. Um, and then December, I mean, not December, but winter comes, and it seems like there's a delay. It's the waiting before we start spring, before we plant new seeds and new things grow. And I feel like you've been in this winter kind of feel, and you're in between the harvest and the spring, and it's okay. It's every season has its purpose on purpose. There's a lot going on below the surface during winter that helps prepare the soil for planting of things in the spring. So trust the season and know that things are always changing. There's always a spring of new birth, and then summer of growth, and then fall of harvest, and then a winter of things happening below the surface. And trust the seasons is kind of the message they have for you. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Day Sturgis. Right. And then Swaroop Bobby, you are up next. Hey, Johanna. Hi, hi. Hey, Morg. Good to see you too. So, Swaroop, you wanted to know any new job coming for you. You just want to quit the current one, right? I hear you. You do have Ace of Cups is happiness, and Four of Pentacles is a fulfillment in the outside world, stability in the outside world. Um, you know, so I feel like there are job opportunities that will be coming available for you. One of the big things, though, especially with Ace of Cups and this feeling, is, what are you grateful for in the job that you're in now and any past jobs? Because if we focus on wanting, like I just want a new job, if I focus on wanting, my energy tells the universe I enjoy wanting and not getting. But when I have gratitude and I start being grateful for saying, thank you, Creator, I would like a new job. We start having gratitude. We don't focus on the wanting because that's what pushes it away, but we focus on asking once and then have gratitude that you're bringing me in jobs. And you know what? You know what I love about the job I have now? And you know what I love about past jobs I've had is this and this and this. When we focus on the gratitude, then that's what brings those things into us faster. Lower vibrational energy of want and need and hate or fear, that slows things down. Higher vibration, things like unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude, speeds things up and draws things that align with that energy. So that's what they have for you, Swaroop. So many blessings to you. All right. And then new love, you're up. Hello. So will GFs help you enough, or should you go more sessions with someone else? All right, let's take a look here. You've got Seven of Wands, which is, in this little protective bubble, and the Eight of Swords is this reflective work here. And I feel like this is about being to yourself, and you see how they're looking over here, and you're looking at yourself in the reflection here, looking at your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make you feel blinded and bound and trapped. So there's this freedom. It's about being true to yourself and not dimming your light, but doing your own reflection here. So I feel like that the GFs will help you enough. Um, but it's about what you do with your sessions and how serious you take it and the reflection you do for yourself that allows a movement, that allows transformation. So hopefully that helps. And I'm not sure what those are, and it's okay, spirit knows. But just in case, disclaimer at the bottom, I'm not a licensed medical, financial, lawyer, counselor, whatever. So see the disclaimer in the description box. All right. So there you go. Right. New love, that's what they have for you. And then Grace 1111, the September month for you. All right. Yeah, there is this 10 of wands as you're recalibrating where you're investing your energy. And I feel like there's this celebration with the 3 of cups, which is a joy and celebration card. And it's like September is this month where you realize what you've done, how far you've come, and there's completions of things with that 10, endings and beginnings. But I just feel like you're evaluating where you're investing all of your energy too. And you're like, okay, I'm celebrating how far I've come, but you're also analyzing the bang for the buck, right? Cost benefit analysis. Where have I been investing my energy and why? 3 buckets that you can consider are the truly urgent and important is bucket 1 that gets priority. Bucket 2 is the truly important but not urgent gets bucket number 2. So whatever you've left over goes into focusing on bucket 2. And then bucket 3 is the non-important, truly urgent, but it's unimportant, so you don't have to invest energy in it. And I just feel like you're really evaluating where you're investing, your physical energy, your emotional energy, your mental energy. It's just a calibration of a lot of that. But it's celebrating successes, but then going, all right, but I don't want to invest energy in this anymore. That's enough of that. Or I'm not getting really back what I want from this. I'm stopping that, right? So that's what's coming in there for you, Grace, for September. A little bit of it anyway. So many blessings to you. And then we have Ateshi Singh. So do KTH and JJK play a part in your future personally? Let's take a look here. You got the Three of Wands. I feel like you do change directions and go a different direction. The moon is some hidden things that come to light. And I do feel like they play a part in your future, but the part they play is that they help reflect and help you see things that are below the surface that come to the top that allow you to see like new information, new awareness that have you with the Three of Wands change directions. You have an off ramp and you go a different. So I don't feel like they're a part of like support and intertwined in your life more so than they help be mirrors and reflect things where they help you realize some stuff on the inside. And then you're like, all right, I'm going to make this choice for my life. But I don't feel like they're like journey mates that walk alongside of you. I feel like they're more things that bring information for you to alter course. So hopefully that makes sense, right? And that's what they have there for you, Ateshi. So many blessings to you. And then Macaroni, you want to know what were your coworkers gossiping about you this past week? Oh, woo woo woo, la la la. Who are you in love with? Well, you got the Empress, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture energy coming in, and um, relationships and partnerships and all of that kind of energy. Um, and it's more I just feel like there's this wondering if you and someone else have something going on, because the Empress energy is about you being true to you and focusing on you. Um, and so, it all depends on what's going on inside their own heads anyway. So I love that. What other people think of us or feel about us or talking about us, whatever's none of our business, because it's a reflection of what's going on with them. It's a reflection of their insecurities, their fears, and they're projecting it on everyone else. And so, that's why we can spend our energy focusing on how am I gossiping about myself, right? What are my thoughts about myself? What are my emotions about myself? Or what am I gossiping about others? What am I seeing in others? That's going to show me that same mirror. Oh, if I feel like this about them, like, these people are constantly putting people down. We're like, "Ooh, there's 3 fingers. How am I putting other people down, or how am I putting myself down? This is a reflection for me." And I feel like that's kind of what spirit is wanting you to know with this is bring this back to your own relationship with yourself, because this also is our relationship with our higher self here. And it's like, what kind of relationship is going on inside here? Because what we see on the outside world is helping us see how that relationship is. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Macaroni. So many blessings to you. And then, Highness, you want to know, will you be in a romantic relationship by the end of this year? Well, you definitely have the possibilities for it. You have the Hanged Man, which is taking time to see things from a higher perspective and a transformation. And the King of Wands is a fiery individual, like a fire sign type of individual. And I like the possibilities, when so they're the what determines is the word I was looking for. What determines whether it does happen or not is the extent of the how much time you spend raising your love vibration, letting go of thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you anymore, emotions that don't serve you more, letting go of expectations around supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. This King of Wands, this you can see Leo energy back here, but it's can be Sagittarius or even Aries energy. But this person has a lot of fire and they don't like to be caged. And so if you go in and have this idea of this is how I have to be, this is how they have to be, right? Caging, the relationship has to be this. They will run the other direction. It'll take time to gain trust to bring it closer. And that's the kind of energy. You don't want a restrictive, expectations that suck the life out of a relationship energy. You want freedom. You want this, they want to be with you, not trapped by you, right? And that's an important energy to look at going forward is what expectations do I have? What fears do I have? What do I try to control or fix in relationships? And what's at the root of that? Because that's a big piece of that hanged man. And if you work on that and look at that, then that's what draws them in sooner, and that can be this year. So that's what they have for you, Highness. So many blessings to you. Right. Let's see how we're going here. So we've got quite a few more. So it's 1 o'clock. So I'm gonna do one more here. So Kelly, you'll be my final for this session. And for all those other free readings, I'm sorry that I did not get to you today. But you can come back tonight or tomorrow. If you come back in tomorrow's, I will complete all free readings. What happens on Sundays is I'm on for 2 hours and I take donations and free readings, and then I go an hour to spend with my praying mantis members, and then I come back on after I eat and that, and then I complete all donations, all free readings too. So you've been trying here this weekend on Friday and Saturday. If you come back tomorrow, I'll definitely get to your reading tomorrow. So keep trying if you'd like tonight. If not, I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. All right. So Kelly, you want to know a general reading? Absolutely. Wow. So you've got the Judgment card coming in here, and the Emperor. Judgment card is this is like your higher self calling you to see things from a higher perspective, and the Emperor is this Aries energy of really looking at what do I want in life? The emperors and all royalty have all these advisors, blah 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 blah, about the supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be and all that other kind of stuff. And but at some point, the emperor goes, "All right, thank you for everyone's opinion. Think you can clear the throne room. Now I'm going to decide, with your higher self. This is about seeing things from a higher perspective." And then deciding what it is I want to do, who do I want to be, where do I want to go, really making a decision, putting a plan together and start taking action toward it. So I like this powerful energy coming in, getting out of your head and into your high heart, really determining what it is you want to do and taking energy toward it. Now is the time for decision. Now's the time for movement and this Aries birthing energy. Judgment card is card number 20, two X's, which is double endings, double new beginnings, too. So there is this kind of energy of I'm tired of existing and I want to live. And that's when we get out of our heads of existence, of this long list of supposed tos, get into our high heart, our high mind. Who is it that I truly want to be? And then take an action toward that. Right. So that's what they have for you, Kelly. So many blessings to you. And thank you guys so much for all the love and all the support. I will be back on this evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for more donations and free readings. You're welcome, Kelly. And then as well as tomorrow at 11 a.m. And again, apologies. Thank you guys for all your patience. If I didn't get to your free readings, you can come back tonight or tomorrow. And tomorrow, I always make sure whatever readings I don't get to in Sunday's session, I come back on since I just have the morning session. And it's my last time I'm on for free readings until the next Friday. So I do complete all free readings. So if you're trying and I haven't gotten to you, hang in there and come back tomorrow. All right. So many blessings, everybody. Remember every second of every day of your life that you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, enjoy the rest of your day or your night, wherever you're at in the world. Until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of you. We'll see you.